Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Mythbusters Monday. This week we're going to actually be talking about 4 different myths that concern one reptile. Can you guess what it is? Let's go find out. Alright, so I am here again with my friend Tasha here in the back room of the Science Center. We are going to cover 4 myths about turtles. One of the most common myths that I've heard is that turtles exchange their shells as they get older. You know, as they grow out of the shell, so they have to find a bigger one, like hermit crabs.
Right.
Have you heard that before?
I have heard that before.
Yeah. Why is that? Why do people think that?
I think mainly because whenever they go on hiking trips or if they're just out in the woods, all they find of a turtle is just their shells. So I think people just kind of put the missing parts in there, that the turtle left the shell and just went to go find a bigger one.
Turtles actually attached to their shells, and here's an empty shell here, and you can see their spine right here. So they have several bones that attach them to the shell, and we actually have a turtle for you guys to meet. We've got Grinner here. We're going to go ahead and get her out so you guys can look. Grinner is an African side-neck turtle. Different shell than this. This probably came from like a box turtle. So if you look, you can see where her skin basically is attached. You can feel it. And the reason we're using her is because she lets us do this. Our other turtle, not so much. But you can tell that her skin is actually attached to that shell. So the shell grows just like our skin grows with us. They can also feel with their shells, or they can feel with their shells. So if you touch them, like she can feel this. Just like when you put pressure on our fingernails, we can feel that as well. It's made out of the same material as our fingernails. And so if you scrape it, you mark it, you engrave it in some way, not any different than us getting a tattoo, we can certainly feel that. Us scraping initials or designs into their shells, they can also feel that. We get to choose to have tattoos, they don't. So we don't want to do it. It's cruel. So be kind to turtles. We love them. All right, so you think that's debunked?
I think so, yeah.
Turtles do not move out of their shells for bigger shells.
Nope.
Number 2, and that is that turtles are easy to care for.
Oh man.
And we know from experience working here in the Science Center that is not true. They are high maintenance. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so here in the Science Center at the Butterfly Palace, we actually clean our turtles' tanks at least once a week. Typically, turtles' tanks are going to be bigger just because that's what's required for them, is a bigger size tank. So having that big size tank means having a bigger mess to clean up, and these turtles are really messy.
They're really messy. Not very many people realize just even the cost in taking care of these guys, because not only do they require a big space, they also have, if you want the water to stay cleaner longer, you have to have a very expensive filtering system to kind of keep that, because if you don't have any kind of filtering system, the water gets nasty. And this even goes for land turtles too, not just the water turtles. Land turtles are gross. They're cute, they're fun, but man, are they messy.
Oh yeah.
So they're not an easy pet at all. So, it's fun to go and collect a turtle and maybe keep it for a little while, but really, you want to put them back.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to just take it and think it's going to be easy pet, because that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so debunked myth number 2.
Myth number 2 done.
Yeah, so the third one is that turtles hiss like snakes. So you know how when you find a turtle in the wild, sometimes they pull back in their shell and you hear this hissing sound. Actually, what's happening is there's air in their shells. So when they pull back in, it pushes that air out, which makes that hissing sound. So turtles don't hiss like snakes. I don't think we need to go into any more explanation of that. They just don't. So there's number 3 gone. All right, so we're going to talk about one last myth, and this is a fun one. Yep, this is one that I always have a good time with because it really confuses people. So the myth is that a turtle is a tortoise and a tortoise is a turtle. So turtles are actually, the word turtle is an umbrella term for all shelled reptiles. So any reptile with a shell is a turtle, but not all turtles are, say, tortoises, right? So a way that we can distinguish between the two. Tortoises generally are on land. You can tell by their feet. Their feet resemble that of an elephant's. They like to stay on land. They don't go in the water at all. And then you have water turtles, like we introduced you to Grinner, but we're also going to introduce you to our other turtle, our pink belly side neck turtle. He's from Australia. His name is Pinky. And we're going to show you, because I talked about a tortoise's foot looking like an elephant. And if you look, you can kind of see all the webbing on his feet. Water turtles always, or turtles, not just water turtles, but all turtles have some sort of webbing on their feet, which helps them to swim. Even box turtles, which look like tortoises, but they're turtles because they have a little bit of webbing between their toes, even though they're not swimmers. So, I don't know if that clarified anything for anybody, or did I confuse you even more? I don't know. We'll find out. If you guys have questions about anything concerning the turtles, we are more than happy to answer that. Did you have anything to add? No? You're good? You're talked out. All right.
Yep.
We're in a few words. If you have questions or comments, please, as usual, leave those down below. If you're not subscribed to our channel, be sure you do that and to hit that bell icon so that you'll be notified anytime we post a video, and we've got some cool content planned.
Oh yeah.
So stay tuned next week for our next episode of
Myth Busting Monday.